So when we're thinking about weight loss, the diet versus exercise question comes up a lot. And if people are really going to focus on just one or the other, I'd encourage them to start with diet. One of the main reasons is that it's much easier to cut calories from your diet than it is to burn that same amount of calories from exercise. Now, both are important for a long-term weight loss plan, but some experts will say that diet is about 75% of the weight loss, and exercise really probably only makes up about 25% of the weight loss. So if you're going to focus on one thing, diet is a good place to start. Yeah, so everybody's going to indulge from time to time because we're all human and like little treats from time to time. And if that does happen, you know, a typical candy bar probably has somewhere about 250 to 300 calories in it. And so you can get on the treadmill, you know, probably take you, you know, anywhere from a half an hour to an hour to burn that off, depending on how fast you're going on a treadmill. And so you can sort of cancel out the calories that way. You just want to make sure that that's not your whole plan, to, you know, eat junk food and then try and burn it off by exercising, because you're going to need to spend a lot of time exercising to do that. Sure, yeah. I mean, the more you exercise, the hungrier you are going to be. And in fact, I think that's where a lot of people run into problems when they start working on just an exercise program and not really focusing on the diet part of it. I think anybody who's ever done a hard workout, you know, has experienced that later on in the day they're going to feel hungrier. So you have to, you know, plan for that and pay attention to it, and make sure that you're getting those extra calories from healthier snacks and meals rather than, you know, indulging in the candy bar or cheeseburger later. I think I think when we're talking about weight loss and cutting calories, it's really important to know where you're starting from. So I encourage all my patients to do a food log or a food journal and really write down everything that they eat for a few days and mix it up. Include some weekdays and some weekend days because you might eat a little bit differently depending on what you're doing. But see where you're starting from. And sometimes if you get that all down on paper, then the areas that you can cut back sort of pop out at you. I'd encourage people to look at sugary drinks, especially. Sodas and juices can really pack a lot of calories. And a lot of people do enjoy at least one soda or a few sodas a day, and that's a great place to start cutting calories. The other thing I'd encourage people to do is really look at the processed foods in their diet, and the amount of times that they eat out each week. And those are areas to really kind of try and target first, where you may be able to easily replace those things with healthy meals from home or different snacks. If you're overweight and you lose weight, there's a ton of benefits. Probably the most we see is related to the cardiovascular system. So less pressure on the heart, less stress on the heart, oftentimes lower blood pressure, an improvement in your cholesterol, oftentimes an improvement in your fasting glucose. So if you're in that pre-diabetic range, you know, you can sometimes drop down into the normal range. But also non-cardiovascular benefits too. For instance, if you have painful knees or painful hips from osteoarthritis, losing weight can really take pressure off of that. Also benefits of just exercise by itself, improved sleep, improved stress levels. So there's really lots of reasons to try and lose weight and exercise.